The road trip gave me the time I needed to study up on the Panda King. Born penniless, he was fascinated by the fireworks rich noblemen set off every New Year's. He spent a decade learning the art. But when he tried to offer his fireworks to the noblemen, they couldn't see past his shabby clothes and chased him away. Humiliated, the Panda King took revenge on those who shunned him by using the very tools of his art for crime. The Fiendish Five recruited him as their demolitions expert, and from then on, his explosive touch became feared worldwide. He's rumored to be perfecting some new firework technique high in the unstable Kunlun Mountains of western China.
Sly Cooper in! Fire in the sky. Hello and welcome back to more Let's Play Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I am the Maxoffewtrades. In the last part we finished off Miss Ruby and have dwindled the Fiendish Five down to mere 2. And in this part we've arrived in China to get an assessment on the situation on our new foe, the Panda King, and see what we can do. And the first thing we do is fight monkeys, karate monkeys with sticks. Because that's awesome. The henchmen in this level probably get my props for being the coolest out of all of them. Not that they're actually effective or anything. The henchmen in this game are always completely useless, but basically bow staff wielding monkeys, and I don't even know what this is, but this guy in a diaper throwing smaller monkeys down and creating snowballs. It's awesome.
Would you look at that? A fireworks show! Oh my gosh, that's awful! That poor village just got buried in freezing snow!
The rocket came from that giant statue, and you can bet the Panda King lit the fuse. I've got to find my way up there and fast before that lunatic squashes another town.
You see, you might have noticed that the further we've gotten into the Fiendish Five, they get a bit more serious and deadly as we've progressed, and we've pretty much reached the point where the Panda King is essentially a straight-up murderer, which is pretty messed up, which is why you're really not supposed to think too hard about it. I mean, Raleigh was just a pirate, and Mugshot was just your basic thug. I mean, if you crossed them, they'd probably kill you, but they were much less prone to it than anyone else. Miss Ruby was raising the dead, which kind of counts. It's a step up in the wrongness direction, if you ask me at least. Panda King, definitely getting worse, and just you wait till we get to the end. Oh, just you wait. And watch out for all these killer icicles. They grow unnaturally fast and are, of course, very, very pointy. And snowball monkeys are attacking and exploding on impact. That seems a bit morbid. Again, not really supposed to think about it too much. Smack the monkeys with your stick, your all-powerful, deadly cane of death. And set off some fireworks. Help you get open through some doors and the like, which is always good. Oh, and if you might remember, we actually learned an ability from, I guess, Sly Cooper's Egyptian ancestor, and that is to become completely invisible. Guards can't see you, everything is hunky-dory. You can just wait for them to pass by. Pretty dang useful, but all of the cutscene-based powers are honestly always useful. It's the ones you get in passing through the saves that aren't too useful. You can get through the entire game without them, but that's the thing. They're cool, but they're unnecessary. Because if you don't do it, you should still be able to beat the game. Which is why they're not, game-breaking or anything. Which makes sense, and, I'm cool with that. Stealthily avoid the Kung Fu monkeys, or gorillas, or chimps. I don't know what they are. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. But whatever. Point is, they're all about to die from fireworks. Like so. Very effective. Set off some more fireworks. Knock ourselves down a bridge, and knock ourselves a hole to get jumped down through. Very awesome. Grab as much money as you can. You always could use more Lucky Charms. And I ain't talking about the cereal. Although that sounds good right about now in of itself. Anyway. More Kung Fu monkeys. With sticks. I've got a stick of my own, and it's much more deadly. We've got these people. They'll sneak up on you. Well, they won't really sneak up on you, but they will swarm you if you're not careful. I've been killed by these fools many times in this very situation. The Panda King's level is obviously full of ice and coldness, and I always appreciate that in video games. A lot of people don't seem to like ice levels too much, but mainly because I guess of the physics, but it's really, this game doesn't really have ice physics of any description. And I died, as I said I probably would. Well, what you gonna do? I guess we'll just have to try again. Oi. Okay. And freaking, sometimes they hear you, and other times they don't. It's really kind of aggravating. That is a lot of monkeys with swords. Okay, how about you back off? Back off, Anglo-Saxon. There we go. Uh-oh! Ow! Well, that just figures. I managed to take out a whole bunch of them, but then one of them randomly decides to turn around. I mean, I understand why he turned around. It's just odd that that one would turn around and none of the other ones. Apparently, some of these guys have better hearing than others. Understandable, I suppose. I have really good hearing, honestly. I hear things all over the place. And I just keep dying. This is most unfortunate. Okay, let us take things a little more seriously for once. Very carefully, stealth. Use our Egyptian powers of invisibility, because the Egyptians were well known for that. Possibly, I don't know. Can you prove otherwise? Okay, and then I run away because they're coming after me. Don't want that. Yeesh. This is not as hard as it needs to be, but I'm making it more difficult. I have a bad tendency to do that to myself sometimes. It's all about patience. There we go. And then I hide. And then I don't hide because apparently invisibility doesn't work when that happens. Okay. Okay, that was a close one, but I didn't die, so all is well. Kill the guy. This should be the last one. Okay, well, I obviously missed this one right here. Okay, whatever. Still missing two. Back in another second. Okay, and here's another one. They're all I think they might all actually be here, but I don't know. Another cut. There it is at the very beginning of the level, of course. Where else would it be? Alright, meet you back at the safe. And finally, we get to open the dang-dong safe.
I got a real headache figuring this one out. Input 578.
As you are no doubt aware, or at least made an obvious assumption, the bottles get obviously much harder as the game progresses, and since we're so close to the end of the game, I'm gonna have a lot of trouble finding the dang things.
This just gets better and better. I'd always heard that one of your southern ancestors, Huckleberry Cooper, developed a technique to move while staying invisible. Hold down the circle button to turn invisible, then move around with the left analog stick.
While yes, it's true, you can now move around while completely invisible, you also move very, very slowly. I shall now demonstrate like this. Still very useful. I appreciate it anyway, but what my bigger question is, apparently, a move created by one of Sly's Egyptian ancestors was apparently upgraded and made even better by apparently one of his southern ancestors, which I find very interesting for some reason. I don't know, just... What use did Huckleberry Cooper have for the invisibility maneuver? I don't know. Suppose it's best not worth asking. It's all just imagination, I suppose. And I'm dead. Because I got stabbed in the back by a gorilla who apparently just sword swallowed back there. Okay, that's really creepy. Never cared for sword swallowing. It's like, oh, good for you. You can do something extraordinarily deadly and creepy at the same time. Clap, clap. I don't... Yeah, that's just my opinion, though. Now I get rid of the gorilla thing. I hope I didn't offend any sword swallowers. Your profession is very noble.
Nice job breaking into the Panda King's compound. I think I figured out a way to get to the top of that giant statue. But unfortunately, it's obstructed by this reinforced ceiling hatch.
No problem. They seem to have plenty of firepower around here. I'll just have to find a few more treasure keys to get at it.
And if I'm not mistaken... thought that the pyromaniac extortionist would be the one villain who's kindest to his employees. Honestly, did not see that one coming. Very odd. Either way,
Murray's all fired up to make the run for the key. While on the blasting station, use the left analog stick to aim and the square button to fire.
Right on. I'll keep him covered.
that's right, everyone. It's time for another turret level. Because it was so fun the first time, we're gonna do it a second time. Honestly, I don't mind this. It is actually kind of fun. It's a nice change of pace and the like. I always appreciate when game developers, attempt to make sure that their games don't get stale or anything. As short as this game is, anyway. It's still nice. Anyway, gotta be very careful not to shoot Murray. He is a very large target, but luckily for us, he's also very visible. And nunchuck monkeys! Nunchucks. Cool, but useless. Again, I hope I didn't insult any nunchuck users. Oh. Unintentionally making people upset. Unlikely, but possibly. I don't know. Nothing I ever say is meant to ever offend. It's simply off the top of my head. Because I don't have time to filter things, I need to say things that are hopefully entertaining to the people who have for some reason decided to watch this video. Seriously, why are you watching this? I'm terrible at Let's Play. Why are you here? Either way, we're halfway there. Murray is being all very adorable and the like, because he's a jolly green. He's not a jolly green hippo, but that would be awesome. Die! There. Shooting fireworks this time. Fireworks. Very, very pretty stuff. They're banned where I live, though, so I haven't gotten to see them in a very long time. Very actually disappointed about that. And more monkey! Mountain gorilla. I'm sure there's a different word for it. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. All I know is whenever I call anything a monkey, my mom gets upset, because it's not a monkey, it's a gorilla or something. Two completely different things. And I know they are, it's just I never bothered to learn what the other kind is called, and... yeah. Just kind of rambling on about monkeys now. Anyway, an alarm just went off, and it's time to protect Murray as he just sort of cowers there in the corner, before these gorillas manage to throw their knives at him. How many gorilla guards does one Panda King need, I ask you? Come on. Back off. You'd think eventually they'd learn that if they stepped out, they're gonna get hit with fireworks. Why do they insist on keep doing this? Get out of here. And I hit that one on my first try. And that one too. Good going, Murray. I is proud of you. Alright, that seems like a healthy balance of both success and fail for your daily consumption. And the next part, we'll be getting ourselves some more treasure keys and advancing through Panda King's territory here. Maybe even find some things. I don't know what the future holds. We'll have to wait until tomorrow. I've been the Maxoffewtrades. I hope you guys had fun. To be continued.